Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series, and today we'll be checking out the work of Groovy or Groovy High here on X or Twitter. So I found this artist via this piece or this post, and obviously I saw the second photo because I think I saw this on my home feed as a recommended artist. Look at that. Looks nice, and then it has some decent line art, and they do render, like it's not just, well, it's not like a basic flats only, because you can see with this part of the shoe, I think they're trying to make it look like metal, right? But the point is, it's not, it's a little more developed. It's almost like a finished illustration, right? It's not just a sketch. Like you could see these types of illustrations in like a magazine or something. Obviously nice feet. Look at them. Black toenails, pretty cool. Oh, there's a toe ring. Kind of hot. Yeah, I would have expected like an ankle like bracelet or something, sort of match the toe ring or toe rings. What's cool though is the way they're showing off these like dashy strokes. So, but just by doing that, it makes your work look a little more manually done. Because if everything is just like flats plus soft gradients, it can seem like an airbrushed piece, which is fine. But if you're trying to add that manual, traditional kind of look, you want to show off your brush strokes. And I think in this case, they're using smaller strokes to sort of make it look like a pencil was used. And I think you see it more with this part of the shoe or this heel, right? Interesting, for this part over here, this white part, there's a bit of a border. So I'm guessing this was done in its own layer, and then they added like a border effect to it. When it comes to the line art, it's not too thick. Like it sort of appears, disappears. It does get thinner, and the color changes in the inside of the overall shape. Nice core shadow here. It's not that dark actually. Value wise, it's very close to the actual shadow. But there is a definite hue difference. The real shadow here is a little more purpley, more cooler in temperature than say the actual skin. Recall, like even these like metal things, these, what do you call them, belts or buckles, they do look like actual metal. I like feet so much. Anyway, let's go to the first thing here. Oh, their main sort of thing, because we're gonna see their main body of work. Oh, this toe is amazing, perfectly plump and smooth. This guy gets it. Like I remember seeing this in like my feed again, this post. There's just something about nice feet, nice toes, you know, very like petite, suckable. You will realize that they also have a style when it comes to drawing the face. I think in the previous art review we talked about how artists have like you can tell when they have a style, when it doesn't matter what kind of face they do, there's sort of fundamental things they do that despite of the changing of the face, each piece will look still somewhat consistent because they have like a set way of doing things, you know, proportionally in terms of the colors they use, how they render, how they approach their line art, if they even do line art. I've noticed for this artist, the rendering is kind of minimal, but it's there. Oh shit, I was supposed to, I'm trying to recall this artist. She's a big name artist, but my mind is, she does a lot of anime work, lots of strong line art. Oh my god, one of my top, you know, I could say favorite artists Like they emphasize line art a lot in their work, but anyway. Yeah, but the rendering style is very, very smooth. Like it's hard to see the brush strokes. I mean, in the previous piece we did see like pencil strokes, basically small brush strokes, and you do see it even here around the nose. That's pretty much how big or how obvious the brush strokes will be. Everywhere else, it's like a bunch of gradients, very soft sort of effects. You know what? I may mention maybe the work of Marui. They're kind of similar in terms of data rendering. Let me scroll down. Oh, you know what? Maybe a bit of John Kafka. Sometimes they do quite a bit of line work or line art with some experimental colors, right? You could even see with this piece. Look at how these more smaller, more dashier, hatch-like strokes. It's not line work because it's painted in or it's colored, so it's not really part of the line art or the ink work. We'll write down John Kafka. Right, pretty cool. High contrast. Oh, maybe Rolua. Oh, that's another big guy who I may have found of Rolua. There's also another one, a girl. I'm forgetting her name. A very famous one. And I think a lot of artists are inspired by her work. Like she's constantly referenced. And I've noticed too with the nose, they kind of render it too, so it almost looks like they're not exactly sick, but their nose is kind of red or sensitive. So I do like that. Again with the dashy strokes, right? It's not part of the, it's not like black, it's not like shaded like a hatch line. It's sort of part of the coloring or the painting or rendering. Pretty cool, and they combine that with other elements. For example, if you look at the jewelry here, it's done in its own layer, and then that border on the outside, I think that's simply a border effect that's been turned on. I do think they're using CapCut, but if not, they're probably using the stroke option and the blending options in Photoshop. A bit of a photographic element here where they try to blur the closest thing. For example, if you look at this hand area over here, right, it's a bit blurred. And I think she's holding like a bottle or something, or a can of something. Is that Monster? The energy drink. It is blurred, so it gives you that photographic effect, camera lens view. Let me just check this one out. Same thing here. The two hands, I think they're, excuse me, blurred. But it's blurred in such a way that you can still see what has been drawn, because that's kind of my issue with blurring things, whether in the background or foreground. If you do it too much, it almost feels like a waste, like you've painted something, unless you painted that thing kind of vaguely, so when you do blur it, like nothing is really lost. But let's say you draw something very, somewhat detailed, and then you blur it, it just feels like a waste. So, but I think for this sort of approach, they're not drawing it intensely, but also when they're blurring it, it's not even that intense. It's just a slight blur, so the details are not like a waste. Right? Because you can tell like this part, the face is way sharper. The way it's colored for the eyes and maybe the nose, it kind of reminds me of a watercolor wash. Right? So it has a watercolor effect. Like there's way more texture in like these pinky parts where I'm guessing blood sort of collects more. And then they combine that kind of textured watercolor texture wash look with just the plain flat. If you look at the hair, the skin of the face, the base color. And then the additional thing is that, again, this hatching kind of line for the painting. And then again with the border effects of the jewelry, which is most likely done in its own layer. And look at the eyes. You can see the rawness of it. Like it's kind of sketchy. It's not too tight. Pretty cool. And you contrast that a bit with like the hair. It's a bit more defined, more precise maybe, and less scratchy looking compared to like the line work for the eyes. Pretty cool. Oh, this one does have some bling. I think this white thing is an iPad pencil, maybe. Nice sort of cross stars thing here, like sparkle effects. What is that, a piercing in the knuckle? That's too much. Or, well, I'm guessing it's just in the skin and not the bone. I'm not sure how piercings work. But it looks painful. Like, what if someone snatches it? That's really my only issue. But aside from that, it's kind of hard. Right? It's very like fashionista adjacent. So maybe this artist is influenced by a lot of like fashion stuff. I mean, the jewelry, the clothing, even the poses, they seem sort of like artistic in a photographic kind of way. Just look at any fashion magazine. It's like, you know, they have these types of poses. And they always seem to feature the hands. And I think hands are one of those important things. I think I've heard this somewhere too, but I think you know this intuitively. Like, it's part of... It can help show... Or it's part of communication, like the way you move your hands. And I think it's even more important when you're doing character art. Like, it's not just about the facial expressions, but the way your hands move. Yes, your body as well, but your body isn't always moving like super drastically, right? Because maybe you're sitting down, you're standing up, whatever. Yes, your face may change and may match like an emotion, but oftentimes your hands will, like, they can say something on their own as well. Like sometimes you can have shots where it's just focused on like the hands, right? Where you're ignoring the face, and that alone, that shot alone can say a lot, you know, with how your hands are like positioned. Nice hands, white nails. I've been seeing this trend on TikTok where girls paint their toenails white. So just wanted to share that. Nice eyes, right? In this case, lots of piercings. By the way, doing it on top is, I feel like it's harder on your top, right? Like the skin seems a bit harder or something. I don't know. I'm used to seeing earrings around here at the bottom, because there's like a bit of fat, right, or a bit of extra skin. It just seems a lot easier. But here it's like, it just seems harder and more painful. But you know, if you do it for the culture, you know, you do it for the culture. Some pins in her hair. And again, even if it changes pose to pose, character to character, there's just something about... I mean, look at this. This one's a lot darker, less like flashy. But it still has that artsy... Oh, interesting calligraphy here. I'm not sure what that means. It looks kind of Arabic. Right? I actually learned Arabic in school. Well, I'm lying. We had Arabic classes rather, but I couldn't really follow. I even forgot the alphabet, so I'm cooked. But wait, let me just show you what my Arabic skill is. I think that's is that an actual thing? Oh no, I forgot. Something like, oh my god, pathetic. By the way, because I was born in Abu Dhabi, right, and raised there, but I was in a Philippine school, and we also had like the honorary Ukrainians, because it was kind of cheap, so it made sense. Anyway, like even outside of the school, most people spoke in English because they have a very multicultural, multi-ethnic society. So the in-between language would be English. So Arabic wasn't even Arabs, they don't all speak the same Arab. You know, you have the Egyptians, the Lebanese, the Emiratis, the Iraqis, Palestinians. So it's very, very different. Or Syrians. We had Syrian neighbors. Again with the nose, with the mouth. Again look at the watercolor texture. And everything else is flat. There's a bit of variety, but it's so light. And it's very artsy, kind of moody. It feels like they're like every single one of these characters are like teenagers in their like rebellious phase. Interesting, I actually thought she was wearing armor because of how strong this chrome effect is. So I thought it was metal, but I don't think it is. Oh, nice shoe. No feet? Maybe we have a process video here, so we'll check this one out. Okay, line art. Oh, they have a drawing beforehand. It's like a rough sketch. And then the line art begins. Ooh, it takes a while to do that. Even the hair seems so complex. And flats. Because this one has quite a bit of hues in there. Okay. So they go in. Let me just skip. Should we skip? No. Oh, whoa. Smoke effects. Not much texture when they render. Some flowers. I'm guessing for the background maybe. Oh, sorry, for the foreground and the background. And then some masks. I'm guessing the background. Some cards. Interesting. Ooh. Nice. You know, that's kind of the cool thing about art. Is sometimes people will draw art within the art. It's like a meta. Very meta. Oh, we got a tattoo kind of person here. I'm not a fan of the earrings with the holes. It just seems... It's not bad, but it's just like... It's a hole. Like, what if someone put something in there, you know? Like, what if it gets stuck? Like a hanger? Like, I know it's very unlikely, but still, it just seems so penetrable. And look at this guy. They have a guitar. Come on. Yeah, so I'm gonna link this page in the description below. Oh, I do like this one. Very dark. Notice how it's complementary colors. You have the purple and the green. Right? I think they are complementary colors. Familia. Oh, wow. With the cigarette. This one is an extreme close-up, and they're actually... I think they drew the bird itself. I think it's a tattoo. Or supposed to be a tattoo. Right? It's like a very close-up. Oh, she's bleeding. But smoking at the same time. Oh, bad girl. Like, you know she's bad in terms of influence, but kind of hot. Like, you know you're cooked. But you kind of like... It's still worth the risk. Right? Let me just open these in a new tab because I do want to download them because they look pretty cool. Like this whole piece is actually desaturated, but it still has quite a bit of an effect. It's like an album cover, right? Where it's kind of moody, artsy, like hipster kind of vibe. Oh yeah, I'm an artist, right? Like the struggling artist, the rebellious sort of against the system kind of artist. Yeah, so I'm gonna link this page in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. She kind of reminds me of Asuka a little bit. I'm guessing it's the red and redhead kind of hair. And again, the jewelry, it's they're handcuffs, I think. So she's breaking away from like something, right? Armpit. Anyway, so yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.